How is everybody? It's Dr. K here. So I apologize, today we have an early sunset musing because I'm 2 hours ahead, and while the sun is going to be setting shortly in Phoenix, is going to be 2 hours ahead. So I'm in the Minneapolis airport once again, an airport, but they have beautiful artwork I want to share with you first. Look at that. So some kind of airships. Beautiful. And then let me show you this one. I always love the artwork at airports. There's not much time usually to enjoy it unless your flight is 1 hour delayed like mine, which of course we never find out until we're right there at the gate, right? But that's okay. It gives me more time to share with you. Okay, look at this one over here. You see that? Isn't that just amazing? Just like that. And then it reflects into this lovely star up there. I don't know, I just always admire it. Anyway, happy Eclipse Day, everybody. So, as you know, we had our launch of the Field of Truth, and I shared all about my story, so I'll share a little bit with you. I'll park over there by the sun, so we have a little bit of sun at least for our sunset musings. And while I am not able to repeat everything in the moment, and I'll see if I can take like an excerpt and share that with you. But Susie, if you're watching this before, everything worked out, and I just want to share with you a story. I love the sun. I have passion for sun, and I have passion for the eclipses, and not just to take pictures. I actually didn't take any ever because I don't know how to do that, or I don't have the right camera. But it's about the experience. There's something so magical and so spiritual to witnessing these celestial beings. And I kind of gave up on this June 10th eclipse because I couldn't go to Canada. I couldn't go to, I was trying to go to Russia. I couldn't go there. Finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to fly to Greenland, even though it's like middle of nowhere in the north of Greenland. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And then there was a long, I was going to say incubation, but long quarantine, so I wouldn't have made it. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to let this one rest and see what the next one brings. And honestly, it was trust in my intuition. I called this place about the December eclipse, which, by the way, if anybody is looking to go on the December eclipse, I'm looking for a roommate, because that one is only on the spaceship aboard of a cruise. Actually, let's do it this way. It'll be nice. I'll be blinded by the sun, but it'll be nice. And so I called about that, and that didn't work because they were booked. So I called this other one the next day, which was Tuesday the 8th. And as I'm speaking with this gentleman, his name was Paul. He actually lives, this company is based out of Texas, but he answered the phone. He lives in Cave Creek, right where my office is. And I said, yeah, I really wanted to go on the June 10th. And he says, well, we're getting on a flight tomorrow morning to Minneapolis, and then we're doing Eclipse flight at 3 a.m. on the 10th. And I thought, how do I sign up? So I ran and got my PCR test. I got my flight, and then I'm waiting to hear from the gentleman because there were still spots left. He said there are none, and then he called me. He said somebody canceled last minute. And I thought, how magical when everything aligns. And I thought about it today so much more. Like, there's so much more to that story. I'll see if I can grab the bits and pieces from my other talk. But the gist of it is, I was letting myself just be in the moment and not have expectations, because the last couple eclipses there was clouds and I didn't really do so well on the location and stuff, and I had these high expectations, which then brought a lot of disappointment afterwards. And so this one I thought, okay, let me just kind of go with the flow, because everything just like one thing after another was flowing. And it was magical. Like, even the clouds parted for the part of the annular eclipse where you see the sun literally standing in front, the moon standing in front of the sun. So it's the sun, the moon, and the earth. like right in the road, these powerful, beautiful celestial beings that allow our life, really. And it was just so magical and so heart-opening. And even the pilot, you know, shared with his first experience. He's like, this is a spiritual experience. And it really is. Like, for me anyway, I cried. It was just so heart-opening. And I can tell that what that did for me, it just opened another chapter of what is available. And I could see that at every part of the way, you know, interacting with people. Even though people were stressed, there was this flow. I even met this beautiful young lady. You know, I had pretty much the whole day until the flight right now here in Minneapolis, so I just went to see whatever water and rose garden and peace stone garden, you name it. Like, that's where I go, you know. Forget Mall of America, I don't go there. Just send me to nature. And it is like 97 degrees here with 33% humidity. I mean, like, grateful for Arizona here, you guys. Grateful for Arizona. It was intense. But I met this young lady, and it was just like instantaneous connection. We started talking. She took me to the airport. Like, it was just like everything flows in this field of connection to our inner being. And I think that's what it's about, you know. It's when we witness these events, and we don't even have to witness them. That's the thing. It's just my desire, and I really, there's something special for me. But we all have these moments that make something shift in us, and it's more than anything new coming in. It's for us just remembering really who we are underneath all the beliefs and all the boxes that we have been asked to, you know, be put into or asked to step into. And yeah, it's always just these remembrances, and when they come, it's easier to follow them. And sometimes it's not so easy. And I'm not going to say, you know, it's all about positive thinking. I have never done so well with positive thinking, because when there is grief, and when there is some kind of energy that's a little bit stagnant, that's not moving so well, that's harder to embrace. It has never been as simple for me as, you know, I'm happy, healthy, and I have a great day kind of manifestation. Not to belittle it in a way, because it works in you know, powerful ways for many other people. But somehow for me, it's like I never tricked the mind. It's literally, it has to come from deep inside, where the pain just kind of becomes okay. And I think what happened that was different, that I would love to invite us really, is like, it was okay no matter what will happen. You know, there were actually clouds that were flying over Canada, so it was like Minneapolis. So I have the little thing I was going to show you. So it was like it flew to Canada, like you know, Ontario, and then it turned so the people can see, everybody can see to the right on the sun, and then it turned back. And so everything was precisely planned, and it was just, it's just like beautiful to witness this flow of events. And I thought, I didn't really know what to expect. I have not seen this one before, definitely not from a plane. But I think the magic really happened in me just letting it be whatever it will be, because there were clouds for quite a bit of period of time. And I thought, you know, I had no idea if we're gonna see it. And it was just the more magical to actually allow that. And I feel sometimes, as I was sharing yesterday, it's for me anyway, it's the really wanting it to look a certain way, or feeling like that way is the right way, and that way is when everything is going to flow. That oftentimes, looking back, has just literally stopped me from receiving what is available. Like today, you know, I had to make a decision. Do I go to see this little island in the middle of the Mississippi River, or do I go, you know, see the rose garden with this? It was just like a decision point, and it's like, I want to see it all. And it was very clear to go see the rose garden and the peace garden, and there's a lake, and that's why I met this amazing young lady. And it was more it's like whatever other, you know, I learned something from her and she learned something from me in the moment, and it was just like, okay, all right, can I allow for all of this? And so I was sharing before that we're stepping into the second half of the year, and what that means, it's more about allowing and you know, the eclipse. The eclipse is about looking at the unseen, but really it's the unseen that we always look at the like shadows, you know, like the dark parts of us. And from now on forward, it's more about actually witnessing the light and letting ourselves be in the fullness of who we are. So that's the invitation for the next part of the year. It's like the eclipse kind of opens the door for us to be courageous enough to really be in our power fully. Because for some reason, for us human beings, it tends to be scary to be in this deep, profound power. So this day today is an invitation for us to actually open that door. And so I would love to invite all of us. I'm going to get my journal out finally and start doing some writing. And it's like, can I invite all of me in? Not just all the, you know, parts that I've always felt are broken and need fixing. Can I invite the true powerful parts with all the gifts and embrace everyone really and the family of me? And today is just, I just want to share this with you in case you do end up watching it later. And it's not just today, today is the opening, and then it just, you know, goes from sky is the limit really from then on forward. But the invitation is to allow for the light to be seen and witnessed, but no other than yourself. And then that actually means that everybody else can witness and honor. So that's just a little sunset musings for today, with the sun really being too high for us to enjoy, and sort of about me squinting. I didn't really plan that so well here with my position, but I always want to do a little sun honoring and salutation, because it's a beautiful part of our life. So thank you everybody, and I'll see if I can put a little bit more together, because the closer to the event, the story is more raw. So there's a few other things that I potentially would want to share with you, and for the most part I try to share everything so you kind of get the gist and you can really honor this day for yourself, because it is huge. It is huge. So thank you, and have a beautiful day. And tomorrow we're back for the regular sunset musings, all right? And also at 11, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're starting our immersion circle. But the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna put some things together so everybody can benefit, and we'll actually live stream that straight on Facebook and leave it there for 24 hours, so you can get a little bit extra help with, you know, this eclipse opening and what the being may be actually not needing, but what may be of support to move us through this. So thank you, and have a beautiful evening. Take care.